Oh my, oh my. What up, family? What up, what up? I could have swore I was live. I'm over here watching the show by myself. Well, anyway, we here. Welcome back, family. Welcome to Flesh of the Gods. Things just been going crazy for your boy, huh? We gonna talk about it. Let's get into it.
New tonight at 6, Governor Brian Kemp has officially signed a bill into law creating a path to compensate any Georgian wrongfully convicted of a crime. It's a story 11 Alive investigator Savannah Levins has been following for quite some time. So, Savannah, what does this law actually do?
Well, Ron, this new law allows for any Georgian who has had or will have a criminal conviction overturned to be paid $75,000 per year of wrongful imprisonment, an extra $25,000 per year on death row. Now, 11 Alive News investigates did the math, and if each of Georgia's 51 exonerees since 1989 pursues compensation for their collective 610 years lost, the state will owe them around $46 million, and that will come from the state budget. We're talking taxpayer dollars. We have been following this story for years as advocates and exonerees have pushed for this. Georgia has long been one of only 11 states with no compensation law on the books. But with Governor Brian Kemp's signature yesterday, that has now changed, Ron.
Yeah, so Savannah, this bill, now law, obviously, was passed by the legislature really at the last minute, right?
That's right, especially after years of it failing altogether. This year, it was actually tacked onto another bill that could allow President Donald Trump to recoup millions of dollars in legal costs and fees in the election interference case. So the wrongful compensation language was added to SB 244 in the final hours of the last day of session. And now that it's passed, there's now a path to not only compensate exonerees, but also to allow criminal defendants to recover attorney's fees and legal costs if the prosecutor of their case is disqualified for misconduct and their case is dismissed. Now, its sponsor, Senator Brandon Beach, has stated that he had Trump in mind specifically when drafting that legislation. And with the governor's signature now, Ron, this all takes effect July 1st.
Department, Lisa.
You hear that right? July 1st. You know Trump coming to get that bag. Everybody out there that's was wrongfully convicted, y'all come and get y'all bag. The state about to be in debt. Millions of dollars behind all that bullshit they pulling. Finally, I told y'all it's a change coming. It's a change on the rise. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Chan, my black is golden. Appreciate you. Much love, much love. Chloe Albert's Revenge. What up, though? Brown Sugar Babe, I see you. No one in the building. Rock Solid TV. What up, though? Jazzy T. What up, what up? Appreciate you. Brown Sugar Babe, Chloe Albert's Revenge. FFS. What up, family? I see you. I see y'all. Chan, my black is golden. Child motherfucking Diggy in the building. What's good? Let's get into it. So as y'all see, there is a new Rico indictment. 30 plus people Rico indictment, sex, money, murder, and yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. I said something earlier, but I must have messed up. Oh, what up, Survivor Speaks? I see you. Appreciate you tapping in. All right, let's keep it rolling. Sex, money, murder, Rico.
Treadwell, trial attorney with the Violent Crime and Racketeering Section with the Department of Justice, and Frank Pennington, an assistant United States attorney with the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Georgia. This morning, the United States Attorney's Office, in conjunction with the Violent Crime and Racketeering Section of the Department of Justice, unsealed an 8-count indictment charging 30 defendants in connection with alleged criminal activity committed by the sex, money, murder gang members and their associates. The federal charges include racketeering, murder, drug trafficking, fraud, and firearm charges. I'd like to turn it over to Chief Jaffe to walk through the charges and the alleged scheme. You will then hear from FBI ASEC Brian Osden, as well as ATF ASEC Bo Kadoka.
Thank you very much, Criminal Chief Groover, and thank you to Assistant Special Agent in Charge Brian Osden of the FBI, Assistant Special Agent in Charge Ben Kadoka of the ATF, Inspector Terry Howard of the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, who are here with me today, as well as our other partners and law enforcement partners at the federal, state, and local level. Days like today are not possible without our law enforcement partners. It is National Police Week, and I wanted to start by thanking you, your agents and officers, for putting your lives on the line to protect our communities and pursue justice for crime victims. Good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Jaffe. I'm chief of the Violent Crime and Racketeering section of the Criminal Division at the Department of Justice. Today, the Justice Department is announcing federal criminal charges against 30 members and associates of the violent sex, money, murder enterprise. Sex, money, murder is a street gang. It's an affiliate or set of the National Bloods gang. Because of the work of our investigative partners and our prosecutors, these 30 individuals are facing charges including racketeering conspiracy, murder in aid of racketeering, conspiracy to commit murder in aid of racketeering, use of a firearm resulting in death, drug conspiracy, and wire fraud conspiracy. This indictment is a testament to the diligence and dedication of the department's prosecutors and investigative partners in battling violent gangs in the greater metropolitan area of Savannah and beyond. This case reflects a sustained team effort to bring gang members and associates to justice for their tremendous violence, including murders, stabbings, and robberies, and harm they've inflicted to this community. At the outset, I want to take a step back and note that organized violent street gangs threaten the safety and security of our communities. This particular gang, the Sex, Money, Murder gang, not only engaged in murder and illegal drug trafficking, both of which contribute to loss of life and spread of addiction, but also federal program fraud, diverting financial relief intended for struggling businesses and individuals during the pandemic. These actions undermine public safety, erode institutions, and exploit systems meant to support vulnerable populations, leaving long-lasting damage in its wake. As alleged in the indictment, the sex, money, murder enterprise enriched its leaders, members, and associates through drug trafficking, wire fraud, and bank fraud, and by smuggling narcotics and contraband and cell phones into prisons and jails. The sex, money, murder gang also preserved and protected its power, reputation, territory, operations, and money of the gang through the use of threats, intimidation, and violence, including murders and stabbings and robberies. The sex, money, murder gang also kept its victims and witnesses to the gang's activities in fear through threats of violence and actual violence. And the sex, money, murder gang provided financial aid and assistance to incarcerated gang members and associates by posting pretrial detention bonds and funding jail commissary accounts. As alleged in the indictment, the defendants charged today committed heinous acts of violence and other serious crimes in support of and in connection with the sex, money, murder gang. This included the execution-style murder of a young man on a school bus, getting off the school bus, returning from school in his school uniform, where the gang intercepted him as he got off the bus, took him to a secluded area, and shot him in the head and executed him. It includes a plot to murder certain incarcerated fellow gang members for perceived violations of gang rules, which resulted in a near-fatal stabbing. It involved gunpoint robberies, the distribution of deadly drugs, including methamphetamine, cocaine, and heroin throughout the Savannah metropolitan area, and it included sophisticated fraud schemes that targeted federal COVID-19 relief programs, resulting in an intended loss of over $850,000. My thanks goes to the prosecutors from the Criminal Division's Violent Crime and Racketeering section and the fantastic prosecutors at the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Georgia, as well as the investigators from the FBI, the ATF, the Department of Labor, Georgia Bureau of Investigations, Georgia Department of Corrections, and all of our state and local partners who relentlessly pursued this case. Today's announcement is an important achievement in securing the safety of hardworking communities in Georgia. Now you'll hear from Brian Osden, the Assistant Supervising Agent in charge of the FBI.
Real quick. So I don't know if maybe they was tired of Fannie making them look bad, so they was like, we gotta show we doing some work. We gotta come with a real Rico or something, because them sound like some serious allegations. But I guess we won't really know until they get in court. But this is federal, so it won't be streamed. This will not be live streamed because this is the feds. But other than that, y'all show some love to Survivor Speaks up in this mug, dropping the $20
The absence of evidence
sponsorship.
is not the
Appreciate
evidence.
you.
The
She say,
What?
what up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Appreciate you. Y'all drop her some slime, brother. Show her some love. Go and support Survivor Speaks. She also makes great content, great channel. Y'all go and show her some love. Appreciate the support, family.
The absence of evidence is
Need
not
two
the
of them
evidence.
one
The absence.
time.
What?
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Brian Osden, and I am the Assistant Special Agent in charge of the Atlanta Division. Today is a great day for coastal Georgia and, in fact, the entire southeast region of the country. This operation focused on the sex, money, murder street gang, which, as you just heard, was an offshoot of the Bloods that for many years has terrorized our state with violence, drugs, and other criminal activity. 18 dangerous people are now behind bars, and another 10 who are already incarcerated will be held responsible for crimes thanks to this operation. All of these people are members or are alleged to be members or associates of the sex, money, murder gang. FBI Director Kash Patel has given our workforce a clear directive: crush violent crime, and today is a big step in that direction. Our investigation uncovered and the indictment alleges that this gang's leadership, its members and associates, just like a large business, held board meetings and conference calls to organize itself and commit crimes ranging from murder to fraud to drug distribution. As part of this operation, as the indictment alleges, this street gang took great efforts to fund its criminal activity, to include setting up a nonprofit website called Listen to the Kids, which its main purpose was to collect donations that would help fund sex, money, murder street gang. Yesterday, as part of this operation, we made arrests in Hinesville, Savannah, Augusta, and Metro Atlanta. We also made arrests across the country to include Florida, New York, New Jersey, Texas, California, North and South Carolina. I would like to thank our state, local, and federal partners who helped greatly during this 4-year investigation. These partnerships are a multiplying force across this region and our country, making a huge impact on the fight against these highly organized, violent organizations. But we still need your help. Today we are still searching for 2 individuals who have evaded capture. I have a wanted flyer, which I'll provide at the end, for 27-year-old Quinn Howard, who goes by Quinn or DBQ. If you know his whereabouts or know anything suspicious, please don't hesitate to call our anonymous tip line at FBI or 1-800-CALL-FBI or tips.fbi.gov. Thank you very much. Ben Kalaka from the ATF.
Hi, how are you? Good afternoon. My name is Bo Kalatka. I'm the Assistant Special Agent in charge of ATF here in Georgia. First off, I want to thank all members of law enforcement who worked in this investigation for their unwavering dedication and work ethic. Today is a strong reminder that law enforcement agencies at every level, local, state, and federal, are united in our commitment to safeguarding the public. This operation is a direct response to the rising violence and criminal coordination driven by this gang. These criminals preyed on our communities with reckless disregard for human life, engaging in murder, drug trafficking, financial fraud, and violence within and outside the walls of prisons. This case reflects years of collaboration and relentless effort by law enforcement. We are proud of the progress that we have made. As a result of disrupting gangs, removing violent offenders from our communities, denying firearms to prohibited individuals, and seizing unlawful firearms like machine gun conversion devices, we sent a clear message to the citizens of Georgia. Your safety is our top priority. We are here, united to make our communities safe. Thank you.
Before we open up for questions, I would also like to thank additional law enforcement partners who have provided valuable assistance during this investigation. As has been mentioned here, it is a network of law enforcement for the success that we have today. That includes the United States Postal Inspection Service, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, the Georgia Department of Community Supervision, Georgia State Patrol, Hinesville Police Department, Liberty County Sheriff's Office, Dodge County Sheriff's Office, Chatham County Police Department, Chatham County Counter-Narcotics Team, the Savannah Police Department, McRae Helena Police Department, DeKalb County Police Department, Brunswick Police Department, Richmond Hill Police Department, and the United States Marshal Service. This indictment is an example of local, state, and federal law enforcement working together as a network to fight an allegedly deadly network of criminals who ran a criminal enterprise from within the Georgia Department of Corrections. On behalf of Ms. Lyons, our acting United States Attorney, we thank all our law enforcement partners for their steadfast commitment to investigations like this one. Thank you, Chief Jaffe, for your unwavering support and dedication from the Criminal Division and the Violent Crime Racketeering Section within the Department of Justice. We have made available to you copies of the indictment and the press release. And at this time, we are prepared to take limited questions, but please be mindful, because this is an indictment and allegations that must proceed in court, we are limited to what we can say. Yes, sir.
Mr. Jaffe, you mentioned a killing at a school bus stop, if I heard that right. Are there other killings that are almost murder charges resulted in this indictment, or is it just that one? And can you tell us more about that? Where it happened, the victim of it?
So I can say, if you look in the indictment, that is the only specific murder that's alleged in the indictment at present, and I can't really give you any more details than what's in the indictment at this time. Sorry.
Jeff, what does an indictment like this do to for like sex money murder? Are they allowed to keep going? Can they keep going? I mean, 30 people now behind bars. What does this do to the gang?
Well, again, I don't want to go too far off the indictment, but this, if you look at the indictment, it charges 30 people for a comprehensive list of crimes and activities they engaged in on behalf and in furtherance of the gang. So it's we expect it'll make an impact.
At this time, we are not prepared to list all of the names. The FBI may be releasing a separate supplemental press release with respect to any fugitives that they are seeking help for. Any other questions? Yes, sir. The specifics of what was going on here in Savannah will be alleged in the indictment, and I would direct your attention to the indictment. It is a very detailed indictment that outlines the allegations, sir.
When Howard is y'all are looking for me, wanted, where y'all believe he could be?
Direct that to the FBI.
The Savannah-Hinesville area, we currently have folks out looking for him right now, and our hope is that we'll have him very shortly.
Do y'all believe him to be armed and dangerous? Is this a threat to the public, considering he arrests all the buddies?
We certainly would request, if somebody has information, they reach out to law enforcement. Don't try to, coerce them or apprehend them yourself. I would just, if you have information that you can provide, call local law enforcement or the FBI number that I provided, and we'll send a team out to make that arrest for you.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Our office, as well as all of these partners up here, as well as the individual.
Of course, I was on mute, wasn't I? God damn. Shout out to Survivor Speaks, man. Y'all show her some love. top stream sponsor of the month. We're gonna have to do something special for her. Appreciate you, family. Y'all go support her channel, show her some love. She says she gotta go, but keep on going. Have a good night. Appreciate you, family. Much love, much love. Y'all go crazy with the Slime Brothers. Spam the chat. Show her some love. My bad for being on mute. Appreciate you. Have a good night, Survivor.
Agencies that we worked with on this case are happy and always partner with the Attorney General's office as well as all of law enforcement and prosecution to work together. And so, yes, we will be partnering in the future as well.
Should the public anticipate more indictments like this?
I cannot comment on any future pending indictments or possibilities of that at this time.
Wouldn't it be wild if she had a show that she produced based on her life named after Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt? Wouldn't it be wild if her daughter, who was a singer, sang background for Beyonce? It would be even wilder that this is just a month after the alleged shooting in the foot. I mean, it wouldn't be any more wild if that he does an interview explaining that the 4 pieces of DNA on that weapon, none of those were his, then he gets stabbed in jail and is in critical condition. I mean, that would be crazy if that was true, right? Wouldn't it be wild if Tory Lanez former lawyer Sean Hawley allegedly set him up and worked for Roc Nation? Wouldn't it be wild if she had a show that she produced based on her life named after Jay-Z's first album, Reasonable Doubt? Truth always comes to the light. I told you guys he didn't do it.
She had the gun. She fired it 3 times. Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun.
Let me break down this whole Tory Lanez scenario and what we just found out. So, there was a girl named Kelsey in the car with Tory and Meg that night of the shooting. Along with them, Kelsey's bodyguard and driver was in the car as well. Now, this bodyguard just said that it was Kelsey firing the weapon, not Tory. He states that Kelsey fired the weapon 3 times at Meg, then Tory tries to stop her, knocking the gun out of her hand, and fired 2 more times. Now, he's just coming out and saying this because his conscience is guilty because Tory almost died. He just got stabbed 14 times in jail. Now, isn't it funny? As soon as Tory Lanez does a song with DDG saying, I think I'm coming home sooner than I think, DDG also gets hit with a suit from somebody from Roc Nation as well. But wait, hold up. You mean to tell me, as soon as he drops those bars, somebody in jail tries to take his life, making sure he doesn't come out? Now, which seems like a conspiracy is not so much a conspiracy anymore. And I always say the difference between the truth and a conspiracy is 6 to 12 months. And wasn't it odd that Meg's bodyguard just magically disappeared during the trial? Nobody said nothing, and then he comes back after the trial? Seems like a conspiracy to me. So all in all, free Tory. This is an open and shut case. Free Tory right now, and some other people should be going to jail. Rhymes with keg. So free Tory right now.
All behind the hands of an action of somebody that's under Roc Nation at the same time.
This is also why we've seen his father campaigning extremely hard outside of the court hearings, showing his disdain for Roc Nation and for Jay-Z. He felt like there was a conspiracy involved with removing Tory from the music landscape.
So Tory cracked the code with his NFT album where he made $1 million in a minute. That circumvents the entire music industry. That circumvents all the middlemen. What that does is it places the power back in the artist's hands.
Right.
And then all those people who bought those albums for $1 were flipping those NFT albums for $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 a piece. He recently did an interview, Tory. He states that there is not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 DNAs on that weapon.
90% contributor on this gun is a male, and the rest of the percentages of this gun are 2 females and another male. None of those 4 people are my DNA.
None of those are his. Now, I know Tory personally. I was working with him personally before he went to jail. He showed me all the data, the on-chain data, because it's all blockchain. Everything on blockchain, he was showing me in real time. And after that, then he tells Roc Nation, because they wanted to sign him, no, I'm not signing to you. Don't need you. Now, all of a sudden, he gets into all this mess. The DNA isn't his, and now he's in jail.
All behind the hands of an action of somebody that's under Roc Nation at the same time.
This is also why we've seen his father campaigning extremely hard outside of the court hearings, showing his disdain for Roc Nation and for Jay-Z. He felt like there was a conspiracy involved with removing Tory from the music landscape.
So Tory cracked the code with his NFT album, where he made $1 million.
Presented new evidence that suggests he never fired the weapon the night Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the Hollywood Hills. Lanez is currently serving a 10-year sentence for the shooting. The legal team alleges she lied about what happened the night she was lost. So let's take you right now out to some of these details here on Live Now from Fox from Los Angeles earlier on today about this new evidence being presented. We'll see if it has any legs in the courts. Let's listen into
charges for the shooting of Meg Thee Stallion. All right, guys, we were inside the courtroom today when the jury returned from deliberating and read their verdict. Guilty on all 3 charges. Tory was present in court. He didn't make much movement. He looked straight ahead while the verdict was being read. As previously reported, Lanez was accused of shooting Meg Thee Stallion 5 times in the foot following a party at Kylie Jenner's home in the Hollywood Hills. The defense claimed Kelsey Harris, Megan's former assistant, pulled the trigger in a jealous rage after finding out Megan slept with Lanez behind her back. Following hearing outside of the courtroom.
This court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can.
His father yelled out the words, "Wickedness, you stand judged before God," as he motioned toward prosecutors Bott and Top. Tory was
recovers in a hospital after a prison stabbing attack. His father and supporters gathered today to demand his release.
The former rapper was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Fox 7's Christy Fajardo tells us about the claim of new evidence.
Bringing it to light now was made necessary by the events of this week.
Just days after rapper Tory Lanez, also known as Daystar Peterson, was attacked in prison, his attorneys are calling on Governor Newsom to pardon or commute his sentence, insisting they have new evidence Lanez didn't shoot superstar Megan Thee Stallion, but it was instead her former best friend, Kelsey Harris. And they say Harris's one-time bodyguard, Bradley James, was spurred by conscience to come forward.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody.
Walter Roberts says the statement aligns with another witness who saw 2 women fighting. Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence after being convicted of shooting Stallion in the Hollywood Hills back in 2020. The singer testified against Lanez and in an op-ed wrote, quote, "Even as a victim, I have been met with skepticism and judgment. We didn't hear back from Stallion's attorney and couldn't reach Harris for comment." Lanez's lawyers say they've had the new evidence for months and were waiting on the appeals court to rule, but went public after he was stabbed in prison.
He was stabbed 14 times.
The rapper's father, Sunstar Peterson, says his son is recovering remarkably well, but recounted the story Lanez told him.
And I quote, "Dad, I thought it was my last. And having made my peace with God, I said, okay, God, is this how it's supposed to end for me?" And God said, no. God told him, "Do not give up."
The family and legal team insists Lanez was never given a fair trial, raising questions about the prosecution and investigation, but now say Lanez can't wait for the appellate process to play out. In downtown LA, Christy Fajardo.
Because our mandate is not about violence. We're not here for vendetta. We're not here for any of those things. My son, as I stood with him in the hospital room on the first day, my wife being present, said, "Dad, I'm not holding any animosity against this guy. I don't want to take any action against him. Whatever the system does, the system does." But that is his stance, and that is our stance. Might I go a little bit further? Because this will not be the first time I've said this publicly. I bear Megan Thee Stallion no ought at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many occasions in our times of prayer. So this monster that Alex Spiro tried to create, and when I stood in the courtroom on that day and heard a corrupt prosecutor dismiss the fact that so many people, it was overwhelming the amount of people that sent letters to their office and were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that date that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors.
All right, just listening in there to this press conference in Los Angeles. Let's take another quick 2-minute break. We'll get you back out to the remainder of it after this. All right, welcome back in here to Live now from Fox. I'm Andy Mack. Let's quickly take you back out to Southern California, Los Angeles to be specific, as we're hearing about this press conference as new evidence presented in the Tory Lanez case. Let's listen in.
Were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that date that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. It's so funny that there is indeed a woman who has made it her life's mission to be the whip in the press or on the blogs. I'm not even going to call her name right now, but those who know, know. Everything that has to do with Tory Lanez, I believe that she is in some way compensated to spread these narratives. And so before the sentence was read in court, she already knew. That's really interesting to me. She already knew because she had discussed it with others, not knowing that it would come back to us. God is my witness. So moving right along, Daystar did not suffer superficial wounds. He was stabbed 14 times, 5 times in his back, 1 under his left cheekbone. In fact, his jaw was open. He was stabbed twice in the back of his head, and the rest in his torso, arms, and in his chest. It may seem sensational, but thankfully, like Dr. King, it was close to his heart but did not penetrate.
I did not know that. I thought it was like a little quick shank or something. He said he got stabbed in his head a couple times. He got stabbed near his heart, stomach, a couple, like all over his body. Like, dude was really trying to take him out. Like, I don't know what it was about, but it's gonna get crazy. We got some stuff that's covering it. Appreciate y'all being here, family. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tap in and share with a friend. Help the algorithm, and come back and watch for the second time, because that helps the algorithm as well. Appreciate y'all. Let's keep it rolling.
That he was being rushed to a facility nearby in a vehicle in which he said, and I quote, "Dad, I thought it was my last. And having made my peace with God, I said, okay, God, is this how it's supposed to end for me?" And God said no. God told him, "Do not give up." In the car, upon which he turned to the attending officers and he said, "You must get me to wherever is the closest place that I can get to. I'm bleeding out here." He didn't even know his lungs had collapsed. All he knows that he couldn't breathe. He could hardly speak. Upon which the officer turned around and looked at him and said, "Now, we got to take him. He has to be airlifted." And thankfully,
the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Yo, that's crazy. They had to airlift him, yo. That's wild. Shout out to Chan My Black is Golden with the $2. Appreciate you, family. The $2 sticker. And then back to back said XA1 May Murder May sounds like the average YouTube shenanigans. She had to speak in Pig Latin. She said YouTube was blocking her, but she found a way to get it through. If you understand Pig Latin, then you should know what it say. Appreciate you, family. Y'all show some love to Chan My Black is Golden. Appreciate the sponsorship. Drop some Slime Brothers and all that good stuff.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Glory, he was airlifted. I want to report to you that I'm very thankful to all of the attending nurses, doctors, in that facility. They have done an amazing job in their professional capacity. I would also like to publicly say thank you to the COs, the correctional officers that we have seen around him. In fact, these guys have been nothing but kind to him. The system is one thing, but guess what? There are people who work in the system, and some of them still have hearts.
Here, some really, really compelling new evidence that you've never heard before. Our legal team will explain all of that to you. We will have updates on Tory Lanez, Mr. Peterson, on how he's doing. It's really sad to see the situation that he's in, and we think it's time, enough is enough. It's time to bring the brother home. So with that, I would like to bring up our lead consultant, Mr. Walter Roberts.
Good morning. We are here today to bring to your attention some information Unite the People believes is exculpatory in Mr. Daystar Peterson's case, professionally known as Tory Lanez. Recently, we've been made aware that a member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The New York Post recently reached out to the prior district attorney, George Gascon, Megan Pete and her representatives, and Kelsey Harris and her representatives. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. Unite the People represents Daystar Peterson in his appellate process. We filed an appellate brief and a writ of habeas corpus on his behalf. The district attorney's office has already responded. The case is fully briefed. We're just waiting for the appellate court's decision. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information.
And for those of y'all who still having trouble understanding the pig Latin, it says sex, money, murder.
It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell, but that he's allowed to go home and recover. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. The passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Ms. Pete, did not shoot at Ms. Pete, or did not assault Ms. Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, There were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson, even though unknown DNA was found on the gun. Why wasn't Miss Harris's DNA taken? Or was it taken and the information simply never given to the defense? Why wasn't the driver of the car, Mr. Jaquan Smith's DNA taken? Or was it taken and again, simply not given to the defense? We don't know. It should have been taken. It is Unite the People's understanding, regular LAPD practice at a crime scene like that, anybody who's there, the DNA is taken. Another irregularity. Why, at Ms. Harris's police interview, was a non-lawyer, non-family member record company executive allowed to participate? Highly irregular situation. Normally, we see cases, strangers are not allowed in these things, but it was in this case. All of these things point to the highly irregular nature of his trial and his conviction. It is our contention that he was wrongly convicted. And while we at first were willing to let the process play out, it is our contention now that if he is not pardoned or released promptly, he may never come out. And that would be the ultimate injustice, is that he gets killed in prison for something he did not do. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Gianno Caldwell, the media member who was working on that op-ed for the New York Post. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning. Thank you for coming today. My name is Gianno Caldwell. That is spelled Gianno, Caldwell, Caldwell. I am the founder of the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety at caldwellinstitute.org. I am also a member of the press for almost a decade now. I've been looking into Daystar Peterson's case for almost 6 months now, professionally known as Tory Lanez. And after reviewing the evidence, the reporting, and the legal analysis, I've come to the conclusion that Tory Lanez was railroaded by the former district attorney, George Gascon. He was also wrongly convicted. I believe if Jesus Christ was Tory Lanez's attorney, George Gascon would do whatever in his power to ensure that Tory Lanez lost that case. Tory Lanez's defense team have alleged the withholding of exculpatory evidence, prosecutorial misconduct, among other issues that I was compelled to write an opinion piece for the New York Post. It is true that last week, the New York Post editors reached out to 3 parties, one being George Gascon, Megan Pete's team, and Kelsey Harris. It is also true that Megan's team was the only ones that responded back for that request for comment. I had some glaring questions, and that was the reason for this op-ed. Things didn't make any sense to me, many issues in this case, and I was shocked by the lack of interest from the media to ask very simple questions. There were multiple people with gunshot residue on their hands that night. Why didn't all individuals have the residue tested, their DNA tested on the weapon? That's a legitimate question. According to the prosecution, Tory was excluded from the clip of the gun, and according to Tory's defense team, they said DNA analysis showed that there was a 0.01% chance that Tory touched the actual gun itself. Another piece that stood out to me, the call that the prosecution alleged Tory made confessing to a crime. I listened to that call. I'm sure many of you have as well. I didn't hear a confession. But what really shocked me about it is if my best friend was shot maliciously by someone just 2 to 3 hours before, I wouldn't have answered the call, or if I did, I wouldn't calmly have a conversation with the individual of it. And certainly, I would ask, why did you shoot my friend? And more importantly, I would never have given you my current location out of fear of you finishing the job. That was something that stood out to me. I also, in my op-ed, discussed Kelsey Harris pleading the Fifth Amendment. She wasn't accused of anything by Megan Pete or the police, and to my knowledge, she wasn't under any investigation. So why plead the Fifth? What also shocked me is the prosecution gave her immunity. For what? What did she do? Is there an allegation of her doing something? I'm not aware of that. Maybe some of you can answer that question today. During the time of trial, George Gascon, just to take you back to where we were at that particular point, he had just barely won a recall attempt. He lost support in many key demographics of voters. Crime was up in Los Angeles County. And this case would have been a silver bullet for him potentially winning. His policies obviously were bad and people were harmed. So that didn't happen, and thank God it didn't happen. At the heart of this injustice is the misuse of gun enhancement charges, a sentencing tool intended for the most dangerous and violent offenders. In Tory Lanez's case, these enhancements were not supported by evidence. But George Gascon, interestingly enough, who is someone who regularly would drop enhancements or not recommend them, chose to provide enhancements to Tory. And in his case, in any given
Shout out to Jazzy T. Appreciate you, family.
situation, enhancements or not recommend them, chose to provide enhancements to Tory. And in his case, in any given situation, according to legal analysts I've spoken with, he would do 1 or 3 years if he did it without the enhancement. That's interesting. Why did George Gascon choose to pursue these enhancements? You know, there's cases I've been looking through which George Gascon has pursued, many in which he utilized these enhancements. A couple come to mind that I would like to reference here. One, Raymond Danger Gonzalez, a Mexican mafia gang member involved in a premeditated murder of 2 young men in 2017. Despite the brutality of the crime, Gascon didn't recommend enhancements. You premeditated murdered a teenager and another individual, brutal crime. Why would you recommend enhancements, but you would recommend them for Tory? That doesn't make a lot of sense. He also didn't pursue sentencing enhancements for the senseless murder of General Hospital actor Johnny Victor in Los Angeles in 2024. There's a lot of issues with this case. Many I think that the media should be pursuing all angles of it. We should not allow there to be unanswered questions. We should pursue open questions without fear or favor to anyone. That includes Mr. Tory Lanez. In his letter from the Birmingham jail, Dr. Martin Luther King wrote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." If we take those words seriously, we must act when injustice is allowed to fester in plain sight. I founded the Caldwell Institute for Public Safety after my innocent teenage brother was murdered in Chicago on June 24, 2022. I stand firmly for public safety, for victims' rights, and for holding criminals accountable. But justice also demands that we protect the innocent and stand against politically motivated prosecutions. This is what I believe to happen here. When we imprison the innocent while violent offenders walk free, which is what George Gascon has often done, we undermine the very foundation of our legal system. Mr. Peterson was never given a fair trial, free from bias, political interference, and media-driven pressure. His continued incarceration erodes public trust and diverts focus from the real work of keeping our community safe. Further, while incarcerated, Mr. Peterson was recently stabbed in prison, as many of you know, a tragic incident that underscores the urgency of this situation and the risk to his life while this case remains unaddressed. Governor Newsom, I respectfully urge you to issue a pardon for Daystar Peterson, known as Tory Lanez, in a full and impartial review of his case. California must not be a state where justice is driven by headlines instead of evidence. And in the case of George Gascon, that was often the case. So I encourage everyone here to go to caldwellinstitute.org CALDWELL, Institute, INSTITUTE.org, and sign the petition. This petition asks for the governor to pardon Tory Lanez. Thank you.
Chloe said, where'd my emoji go? Nah, it's coming back, Chloe. I ain't gonna leave you out. I just gotta make the head bigger, and I needed a space for today, but it's coming back. It'll be back next show. I didn't revoke your space. It's coming back. I just had to rent it out real quick. Appreciate y'all, family. Let's keep it rolling.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here. I know there's a lot of noise in the media going on with other stories, but I think that this is one of the most important stories happening right now today regarding our Justice Department. My name is Diana London. I'm the CEO of the Secret Weapon Agency, which is a crisis communication firm, and I'm also the CEO of a company called London Global Strategies. I am a member of the media as well. I'm a commentator on a few networks, and I also serve as an advisor for Giano's Institute and also another company called Promising People that is fighting to reduce the recidivism rate in this country and also to correct our criminal justice laws. As a woman who has worked in Congress on criminal justice reform, I deeply believe in law and order. I've worked alongside law enforcement. I've drafted policy to reduce violent crime. I've seen what accountability should look like. But I also know the legal system without integrity is no justice at all. When we get it wrong, when our courts fail the people they're meant to protect, we don't just ruin lives, we erode trust in the rule of law itself. That's why I'm speaking out today for Daystar Peterson, better known to the world as Tory Lanez. This isn't about fame. It isn't about celebrity. It's about fairness. Tory Lanez doesn't want special treatment. He's demanding equal treatment. And if we Americans still believe in a system where guilty must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, then we must admit this case raises serious concerns. Because the truth is, Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year sentence for a crime the evidence, which laid out here today, overwhelmingly suggests he did not commit. Let's go back to the night in question, just like Gianna was just talking about in the attorneys. As the attorneys laid out here today, the prosecution failed to produce a single shred of forensic evidence tying Tory to the actual gun. His fingerprints weren't on it. His DNA was later found to be 100% nearly excluded from the gun, as shown in the worksheet that was provided to the defense late on the eve of the actual trial, after making a request for that very document. After trial, looking at this evidence, there is a 0.01% chance Tory's DNA was on the firearm. After trial, that was fingerprints weren't on.
Hold on, she said what? She said what? And y'all just be locking people up, locking them down, and fighting and all this bullshit, knowing they ain't did nothing. And how is these prosecutors not in jail? That don't make no sense. She said what? Oh man, what? What? Get the fuck out of here.
On it. His DNA was later found to be 100% nearly excluded from the gun, as shown in the worksheet that was provided to the defense late on the eve of the actual trial, after making a request for that very document. After trial, looking at this evidence, there is a 0.01% chance Tory's DNA was on the firearm. That's a difficult statistic to equate with the story as told by the prosecution, which may be why this was not present in trial. In fact, there were 3 people that night at the scene who tested positive for gunshot residues. One of those was Kelsey Harris, as Giano mentioned, the assistant to Megan Pete. According to multiple sworn testaments that you've heard today, including one from the bodyguard and driver with Harris on the 2 days of the trial, Harris admitted to firing the weapon during an emotional outburst. Tory intervened to de-escalate, not to harm. It is important to note, the police did not fingerprint anyone else who had gunshot residue on them that night, only Tory. Why? Even more troubling, the investigation itself was a disaster. Bullet fragments disappeared, the gun's serial number was sealed, a move that blocked the defense from investigating ownership. Police failed to follow standard procedures. Why? Didn't mark shell casings on the road, and didn't test others involved that night with DNA. This wasn't justice. It was a rush to judgment. Worse still, the prosecution knew the case was thin. So what did they do? They tacked on gun enhancements, just like they spoke about. The charges, these gun enhancements are meant for gang shootouts and armed robberies to inflate the charges and turn a flimsy accusation into a decade-long prison sentence. Enhancements are a powerful tool against violent offenders, but using them in a case with no forensic evidence, murky testimony, and a defendant with no criminal history, that's very important to point out. He had no criminal history. That's not justice. That's a political stunt. Let's be blunt. This prosecution had everything to do with headlines.
You gotta back it up on a poll, Chloe.
And very little to do with truth. It was about symbolism, not substance. And that should concern every single one of you here today and in this country. Because when the facts take a back seat to identity, when due process is sacrificed for public spectacle, we all lose. Just yesterday, a Los Angeles court ruled the Menendez brothers, who brutally murdered their parents, are now eligible for parole after serving 35 years. They admitted to the crime. Tory Lanez, who killed no one and has still remained his innocent today, whose case is riddled with inconsistencies.
All right, just listening in there to this out of Los Angeles. Though, let's take you back out to Los Angeles as new evidence coming forward in this Tory Lanez case. They're calling it the silver bullet as he spends time behind bars. Let's listen into this from Southern California.
The timing of these events raised disturbing questions to me, and I think they all should to you as well. After over 2 years in prison without incident, Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team, Kelsey Harris, and former DA George Gascon about a story on new evidence in this case. You don't have to believe in conspiracies to see the pattern. When evidence was about to come to light, Tory was nearly killed. So let's stop pretending this is complicated. Let's stop treating this like some cultural war flashpoint. This is about a man, a father, a son, Daystar Peterson, who has sat in a prison cell for over a year based on a case that wouldn't pass the smell test in any honest courtroom. The prison system can no longer guarantee his safety. We are calling on when a man is buried beneath the weight of political motivated prosecution.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out and lending your cameras to the world. We appreciate.
How you feeling, sir? How you feeling?
You want to know
We'll come
exactly
back
how
to
I'm
that.
feeling?
Yes, sir. I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen. You want to know how I feel? I'll tell you exactly how I feel. I got some names that I want to call. Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Rock Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes. Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Amen.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand after he went upstairs with Kathy Taw and Alex Bott.
They met on Saturday before.
They met with our witness. And then the man came back, and I sat in the hallway while he sat with Jody Little, the prosecutor's investigator, who acted so dumb, an intelligent woman who did not want, listen, I've seen so much evidence buried in this, and I know exactly what the public out here will say. Don't talk. You will say, I say this because I'm a father. See, I am a father of thousands around the world. I'm a father of my kids, but a spiritual father to many. And I don't make stupid allegations because I got nothing better to do. You all have been bartering and trading the souls of young black and brown men in this country. And I'm calling on all the umbrellas. I'm calling on everybody in this country to begin to rise up because your sons have been done dirty.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Amen. Real talk. That's right. Real talk, bro.
It's not over.
Amen.
It's not over.
Real talk,
God does not lose.
Never.
And even though we have come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not
I know
That's right.
that this is wickedness.
right.
This district attorney, Miss Kathy Taw, is the same one that witnessed or knew that 5 sheriff's deputies in LA County beat up a Spanish man with the last name Carrillo until the guy was beaten to and passed out. ABC News interviewed that man after Eyewitness News.
went
And he said, I thought I would never be here to see my child born, and I would never been able to be around to see my other child rise up. But I'm telling you, this court system is not for justice. It's about wins and losses, and they do dirty to do whatever they can. Jay-Z, let me speak to you.
He has kids.
Rock Nation! Yes. Because my son refused to sign a Rock Nation deal with you.
Yes.
And Desiree Perez, you wicked witch, you snitch.
Yes.
You turned on your co-conspirators, all the whole mafia, one of you, that was peddling drugs in this country, and you rolled on them before so the Fed could give you a deal. All of you, trust me, I have intercessors, prayer warriors around the world, and they will not stop until you are cut off.
Yes.
No, we don't shoot you with guns, but we know exactly how to bring you down in the spirit.
That's right. Come on, man.
It's all done.
That's right.
The interview was a national stage, and then she admitted to lying on the national stage. Did that bother you at any point? That she admitted to lying?
Listen, I thought Megan, it was the first time she was telling her story. And it bothered me that so many people didn't believe her story. You know, that bothered me. So I wanted to get from her firsthand. Why she said what she said to me is really on her. Listen, I still am nuts about her. I think she's been through a lot. And I can't wait to see her documentary. You know, she was under the gun, and I thought undeservedly so. So, hello, I have no controversy.
It's about everything. It's like it showcases the beginning of her career to where we see her today, the death of her mom, the Tory Lanez shooting, her friendship with Kelsey, to start from the beginning. And then after that was the shooting. The shooting happened, so her mom passed away in March 2019, and then she was shot in July 2020, and she called it in the documentary the worst year of her life. Now, she does get into Tory and that whole time, explains her friendship, how they became friends, they bonded over the fact that they both lost their mothers. And then she talks about sleeping with Tory Lanez. I take a listen to that.
I used to be so confident in myself, and I used to be, it wouldn't have been a time where anybody would have asked me about somebody, and I would have been like, you know, I would have been like, so, okay, yeah, I did that. I like to what about it? But the way, like, they have villainized me for being this type of person, it started to make me second guess myself. Yes, bitch, I lied to Gail King, bitch. First of all, I know that bitch wasn't even ask me about it. She always want to talk about the shooting. Why'd you ask me about Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was like once, maybe twice on a drunk night, but you kept catching me out of my mind. I found myself consumed in the part, and I'm like, wait, this is not what this is about. And my mom was here when we were going through this.
To this day, you still have
still bullet fragments
in
my
your foot.
feet.
And there are still many people, as we sit here today, Megan, that don't even believe you were shot.
There's a hot gun in the car.
Yeah.
What else? What happened?
In text messages obtained by CBS News, Kelsey Harris, the other woman in the car, texted Megan's security guard saying, "Help, Tory shot Meg."
I really thought that we were all friends. And sometimes I feel like I put the blame on myself because when my mom passed, I just felt like I was looking for some type of family environment, and I was letting so many people in, and I didn't care who it was. I just wanted to feel like I got family and I got people that care about me, and just I can hang out with everybody, and I was just going through it.
What was the nature of your relationship with Tory Lanez? Because he has led people to believe that it was a sexual relationship, that it was that you two were dating. What was the nature?
We were not dating. We were really close. We were friends. We hung out like every day. And his mom passed too. So when I felt like we were bonding over that. And
did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Did you, Megan? Did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
So why do you think he's putting out the story that the two of you had a relationship and that you're making the whole thing up?
I think that he is trying to deflect from the fact that he committed a crime.
Tory Lanez pleaded not guilty to assault and weapons charges related to the shooting. We asked his attorney about Megan's allegations in this story. She responded that they look forward to addressing Ms. Pete's claims, including her inconsistencies, discrepancies, and omissions when his case goes to trial later this year.
How has your life changed since you were shot?
I feel like my anxiety is worse. I feel like my relationship with people it's gotten very cold because I'm not as trusting as I used to be.
I was going to ask you, is it hard for you to trust people?
Like, I've got this wall and I don't want to make any friends, and I'm trying to be as nice as I can to everybody. But I don't even, new people, I probably don't even hold a conversation longer than 30 minutes because I feel like every time I'm talking, I'm like on the verge of tears, and I don't want to have to explain to strangers why I'm crying.
Yeah.
Half the time I just want to pick up the phone and call my mom and be like, what do I do? Like, it's too much. I feel crazy. I'm sad, like, and I feel like I have to hold it in because I have to be strong for so many people.
What do you say to people that still don't believe that you were actually shot?
I don't think any of this is for them. Like, it's for me. Like, I know this happened to me. And I'd rather it play out in court and the facts come out and everything comes out than me having to plead my case. And I'm a victim. Like, I'm the victim. Like, I'm not defending myself against anything. Like, something happened to me.
The scripture from 2 Peter chapter 1, and it states, "For you will do well to take heed as unto a light shining in a dark place, or girl in my late wife's womb." But I heard the Holy Spirit said to me, that is the name of your child. That's why he bears that name today. Now we're standing in the United States of America, land of the free and the home of the brave. I have watched from afar, being a Canadian. I have watched as presidents, innumerable, and other officials place their hand on the Bible and swear a sacred oath to uphold justice, to uphold truth, because that's what justice demands. So before I go any further, based on the courtroom that I stood in 508 days or so ago and heard my son convicted, is a court in the federal reality of things that also holds the Bible higher than judges. And so I'm going to pray a very short prayer before I get started here today. I'm going to pray that in the... So my name is Sunstar Carlisle Peterson. I come to you today in the capacity of an apostle of Jesus Christ. A word from the first century in our times, it would simply mean ambassador of Christ. First and foremost, I really do want to thank you again, the press corps, and all of you who have vlogs and channels on YouTube or wherever you stream from. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank, in fact, all of on YouTube or wherever you. First and foremost, I really do want to thank you again, the press corps, and all of you who have vlogs and channels on YouTube or wherever you stream from. Thank you so much for being here. I would like to thank, in fact, all of those who identify with the name Umbrella as One Umbrella. It was actually launched so that my family would not just be the ones benefiting from whatever fame or fortune, but so that all people, anywhere that need a shelter could come under that umbrella. That's the reason why it was launched by Daystar's brother initially, who is known as Wolfgang Peterson. So I thank all of you who have always been an encouragement to us, who have stood with us. Those of you standing here today with Free Tory t-shirts. Jano, can I have that t-shirt right there, please? Those of you who are wearing these and remembering this person, because I want you to understand that from the beginning of this, I stood as far back as 2021, and I watched where a spin doctor for the NBA, now high-powered attorney out of New York, Alex Spiro, ran a campaign to turn my son into a monster in the eyes of the world. At that point in time, God said to us, there is a time to be silent and there's a time to speak. We chose to be silent. And now we've been silent for way too long. The hour demands that we speak. One of the reasons why I stood silent is because I trusted in God, but I also did not want any blowback to affect my son, who was sitting in the belly of the beast. That's why I chose not to speak at that time. I am his father, and that is the second capacity in which I stand before you today as the spokesperson and mouthpiece for my family. Tory has 7 brothers and sisters. He has 5 brothers. He makes up the 5, I'm sorry, and there are 3 sisters. So today I would like to share a few things with you as well. I want to dispel a few rumors because I've been asked to by my son, Daystar, aka Tory Lanez. Number 1, Daystar does not have a drinking problem. He does not have a drinking problem, and that was not the reason why this situation happened. He was not out on the yard, as it was about 6:30 in the morning, and cells were just opened for them to be able to go out to breakfast. On the Thursday prior to this incident, I was called by him, and I was told of the impending threat. My family and I huddled and did what we always do. We prayed. We get together every single day and we pray. Sometimes it is twice per day. Wherever we are in the world, at a certain time, we're on our phones and we are praying. We pray for him. We pray for you. Because our mandate is not about violence. We're not here for vendetta. We're not here for any of those things. My son, as I stood with him in the hospital room on the first day, my wife being present, said, "Dad, I'm not holding any animosity against this guy. I don't want to take any action against him. Whatever the system does, the system does." But that is his stance, and that is our stance. Might I go a little bit further? Because this will not be the first time I've said this publicly. I bear Megan Thee Stallion no ought at all. In fact, we have prayed for her on many occasions in our times of prayer. So this monster that Alex Spiro tried to create, and when I stood in the courtroom on that day and heard a corrupt prosecutor dismiss the fact that so many people, it was overwhelming the amount of people that sent letters to their office and were called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. We're called to testify before the courts as they were considering sentence, which had already been decided, and the judge blatantly showed on that day that it really didn't matter what anybody said. It was supposed to be a forum in which it would be decided based on all the extenuating circumstances, etc. But it had already been decided behind closed doors. It's so funny that there is indeed a woman who has made it her life's mission to be the whip in the press or on the blogs. I'm not even going to call her name right now, but those who know. Everything that has to do with Tory Lanez, I believe that she is in some way compensated to spread these narratives. And so before the sentence was read in court, she already knew. That's really interesting to me. She already knew because she had discussed it with others, not knowing that it would come back to us. God is my witness. So moving right along, Daystar did not suffer superficial wounds. He was stabbed 14 times, 5 times in his back, 1 under his left cheekbone. In fact, his jaw was open. He was stabbed twice in the back of his head, and the rest in his torso, arms, and in his chest. It may seem sensational, but thankfully, like Dr. King, it was close to his heart but did not penetrate. After that, he was being rushed to a facility nearby in a vehicle in which he said, and I quote, "Dad, I thought it was my last. And having made my peace with God, I said, okay, God, is this how it's supposed to end for me?" But God said no. God told him, "Do not give up," in the car, upon which he turned to the attending officers and he said, "You must get me to wherever is the closest place that I can get to. I'm bleeding out here." He didn't even know his lungs had collapsed. All he knows is that he couldn't breathe. He could hardly speak. Upon which the officer turned around and looked at him and said, "Nah, we got to take him. He has to be airlifted." And thankfully, to God be the glory, he was airlifted. I want to report to you that I'm very thankful to all of the attending nurses, doctors in that facility. They have done an amazing job in their professional capacity. I would also like to publicly say thank you to the COs, the correctional officers that we have seen around him. In fact, these guys have been nothing but kind to him. The system is one thing, but guess what? There are people who work in the system, and some of them still have hearts. Some of them still have a conscience. So as I'm winding down today, I would like to report to all of you who care about Daystar Peterson, the artist Tory Lanez, around the world. The reports in the hospital is that he is doing remarkably well. I was told yesterday, because they had already taken out the tubes that were draining the fluids from his lungs. They had already taken them out by the time my wife and I got there. And I was told by the nurse, in his particular condition, normally they would have had to leave those tubes in at least a couple more days. But yesterday they took him out because they said he is recovering remarkably. All that is left is for the healing of the wounds. So thank you for all the prayers that have gone up sincerely on behalf of Daystar and my family. We are truly grateful. But this is not over. So I'm reaching out to every prayer warrior around the world who knows what Christ stands for. Please continue to stand with us. As I stated before, Daystar was not drunk on that morning. It was 6:30 in the morning. It was nothing like that. It was an unprovoked attack. I don't want to go into the details of how it went, although I know them, because it is too gory to be describing right now. And so as I close today, whatever has been needed to be said has been said. So as I close, I want to quote you, David, the king of Israel, who said,
Briefly walk us through what happened that night. It starts you're at a party at Kylie Jenner's house.
I had went there and we were just hanging out and I was ready to go because I had been there all day.
So you guys end up in a car. You, Tory Lanez, your friend at the time, Kelsey, and his driver / security.
Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, is a Grammy-nominated rapper and singer from Canada. Kelsey Harris was one of Megan Thee Stallion's best friends from Houston.
There was an argument, and you get out of the car, right?
At that point, the argument wasn't even with me. Like, the argument was with the two people in the backseat. So I asked the driver to pull the car over, like, I'm done with this. And I should have stayed out of the car. Like, I should have not got back in the car. And it was like, Megan, just get back in the car. We almost there. Like, just get back in. So I get back in the car. It's like it's getting worse.
Like, arguing in the car.
The arguing in the car is getting worse, and I don't want to be in this car no more. Like, because I see it's getting crazy. So I get out the car, and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming. He said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times. And I
so
was
is
so
he
scared.
in the car shooting from the car, Megan?
He is standing up over the window, shooting. And I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to move too quick, like, because I'm like, oh my God, if I take the wrong step, I don't know if he can shoot something that's like super important. I don't know if he could shoot me and kill me. Like,
were you afraid for your life at that time?
I was really scared because I had never been shot at before. And I looked down at my feet because I wasn't even, the adrenaline is pumping so hard. I'm not sure if he hit me. Like, I feel it, but I don't understand what's happening. So I look down at my feet and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm really bleeding. So I like drop down and I crawl in somebody's driveway. Like, I can't believe you shot me.
And what is he saying, Tory Lanez saying?
He's apologizing. He's, I'm so sorry. Please don't tell nobody. I'll give y'all $1 million if y'all don't say nothing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you offering me money right now? Help me. Like, and if you're sorry, just help me. Like,
but at that moment,
we didn't even make it to the house. Like, somebody had already called the police, and it was like so many of them. It was helicopters. I was like, oh my God, we all about to die. Like, the George Floyd incident had just happened. The police are definitely very much shoot first, ask questions after. So I'm like, it's a hot gun in the car. I'm bleeding. I've been shot. They about to kill somebody. Like, something bad is about to happen.
So somebody.
So I'm like, it's a hot gun in the car. I'm bleeding. I've been shot. They about to kill somebody. Like, something bad is about to happen.
Man, she must be the best actress. I mean, not the best, but one of the best. She up there. She needs to be in the movie or something. She got the whole tears and the sniffles. She is going down. She is not playing over there, huh? Hell nah. Appreciate y'all being here, family. Y'all make sure y'all show some love to the stream sponsors of the day.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Y'all hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tap in, share with a friend.
So somebody hears the gunshots, they call the police. The police come, and they say what to you?
They tell everybody to get out of the car.
TMZ obtained video from that night.
And you can see the footage of me in the swimsuit, limping backwards, feet bleeding.
And they say to you, what happened here?
I don't remember everything they said to me, but I remember them asking me what's happening, what happened to you. And I didn't want them to kill any of us or shoot any of us. So I just said I stepped on glass because I didn't.
Why did you say that? Why didn't you say he shot me?
I didn't. For some reason, I was just trying to protect all of us because I didn't want them to kill us. Like, even though this person just did this to me, my first reaction still was to try to save us. Like, I didn't want to see anybody die. So I just said, I stepped on glass. So when I see people trying to use that against me, like trying to act like I'm lying, oh, she stepped on glass, she never got shot. I'm the one who said I stepped on glass. I was lying to protect all of us. And sometimes I wish I really would have never said that.
You wish you would have just told the truth.
I wish I would have told the truth, but if it saved all of us from dying, then that's just probably what it was meant to be.
So when you told the police you stepped on glass, did they believe you?
I don't know.
So how did you go from the glass, did you go to the hospital?
So they took me straight to the hospital, and the police questioned me, and I said it was just glass.
You still stuck with that
I
story?
stuck with it was glass. And right as the officers were like, okay, we done with this, we leaving, the doctor came in and he was like, you know, you got bullets in both of your feet. Like, you got fragments in this foot, and it's like right on the back of your Achilles. And I'm like,
there is a medical report that says that there were bullets, that you had been shot. And the medical report also says that to this day you still have
bullet fragments in my feet.
And there are still many people, as we sit here today, Megan, that don't even believe you were shot.
There is a hot gun in the car.
Yeah.
What else? What happened?
In text messages obtained.
Yo, that's crazy. She lying, crying, and all types of stuff. Let me give a midway shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all being here. Jazzy T in the building. Late Night Bacon with Mookie. No One in the building. Cha Diggy in the building. I appreciate y'all. Chan My Black is golden. The guy who allegedly attacked and stabbed Tory Lanez in prison is serving a life sentence for a murder charge, and it wasn't his first violent incident behind bars. But they didn't mention that right here, that one of the people he murdered that I know of was a child, and she was under the age of 13 or 14, one of the two. I think it was 13, but she was under 13 or under, one of the two. But this dude right here went and stabbed him. What you think that's about? And how you ain't got no protection behind the yard? You know they protecting him. Like, it had to be a call. Somebody had to call that. I don't know. But we about to get back into it. Appreciate y'all being here. Chloe Albert's Revenge. I see you, family. Appreciate you being here. Who else up in here? Cha Diggy in the building. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What up, though? What up? Happy Thursday. Shout out to Survivor Speaks one time for the one time.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Who's got the power? We got the power. Who's out?
And now, the new Black Panthers. What y'all think about the new Black Panthers? I want to know if y'all think they rocking,
It ain't gonna be a race
or is
war, it's
they
gonna be against the system.
suspect.
Because you got people that look like me and you that's in the system doing the same damn thing. Quick up! Ooh! What? Quick up! Ooh! Quick up! Ooh! What? 2 times! Quick up! Ooh! Who's out? Who's out? Who's out? Who's got the power? We got the power! Who's got the power? We got the power! Who's got the power? We got the power! Tuesday! Tuesday! Now watch this. The whole world know who Rodney Hit the G is. We done seen this picture. We done seen him on the TV. The whole world know who his father is.
What up, Brown Sugar Babe? I see you. Appreciate you joining. Oh, shit. God damn it. I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. Let me reset that. 120. My bad, family. That's my bad. 123.
Tonight at 6, Governor Brian Kemp has officially signed a bill into law creating a path to compensate any Georgian wrongfully convicted of a crime. It's a story 11 Alive investigator Savannah Levins has been following for quite some time. So, Savannah, what does this law actually do?
Well, Ron, this new law allows for any Georgian who has had or will have a criminal conviction overturned to be paid $75,000 per year of wrongful imprisonment, an extra $25,000 per year on death row. Now, 11 Alive News investigates did the math, and if each of Georgia's 51 exonerees since 1989 pursues compensation for their collective 610 years lost, the state will owe them around $46 million, and that will come from the state budget. We're talking taxpayer dollars. We have been following this story for years as advocates and exonerees have pushed for this. Georgia has long been one of only 11 states with no compensation law on the books. But with Governor Brian Kemp's signature yesterday, that has now changed, Ron.
Yeah, so Savannah, this bill, now law, obviously, was passed by the legislature really at the last minute, right?
That's right, especially after years of it failing altogether. This year, it was actually tacked onto another bill that could allow President Donald Trump to recoup millions of dollars in legal costs and fees in the election interference case. So the wrongful compensation language was added to SB 244 in the final hours of the last day of session. And now that it's passed, there's now a path to not only compensate exonerees, but also to allow criminal defendants to recover attorney's fees and legal costs if the prosecutor of their case is disqualified for misconduct and their case is dismissed. Now, its sponsor, Senator Brandon Beach, has stated that he had Trump in mind specifically when drafting that legislation. And with the governor's signature now, Ron, this all takes effect July 1st.
Officer turned around and looked at him and said, "No."
Singer from Canada. Kelsey Harris was one of Megan Thee Stallion's best friends.
Details. As a
Has anybody out here, all these thousands of people, have anybody seen the shooter? No. Do we have the shooter's name? No. Do we see the shooter's face? No. We see his pastor all over our TV. No. Is that by mistake? No. Who got the power? We have. Who got the power? We have. That's why we out here today demanding answers. Demanding transparency. What we doing? Fight back. 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 What we doing? Fight back.
Yes, sir. Kill him. What we gonna do? Hey, no. We don't kill. We don't do nothing.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power. Black power.
And we ain't having nothing else. God bless you. God keep you. And may heaven continue to smile upon you.
Who got the power? We got the power. Who got the power? We got the power. Who got the power? We got the power.
The Black Panther Archery Corps is the Black Panther Party's only crossbow archery unit. We basically support the Black Panther Party with two missions that I cannot go over right now. During peacetime, we support with security details, like today. What else? The Archery Corps' headquarters is located out of Columbus, Ohio, but we're down here because we got the word.
Obviously, some people exercise their Second Amendment with firearms. You have sort of a different approach. Can you talk about literally the value of crossbows?
Well, one, you don't need a license. Two, you don't need to register. And three, even a brother or sister with a felony conviction can own a crossbow. So, all you brothers and sisters out there who got felony convictions and you want to help out, the Black Panther Archery Corps is for you.
Going forward, you'll be supportive of at least a full review and so forth of what happened?
I am leaning into the 3 concurrent investigations that are going. We have 3 in this city. So we have CCA, we have the prosecutor, and we have internal. So we're leaning into those. We're waiting to see preliminary review of the video footage. We're looking at all of that. It's all to be reviewed. We do not have all of the facts yet, and so we are awaiting that. But what we have seen thus far are the collaborative agreements spot on.
Do you feel confident, Iris, that the level of protest and frustration, my phrase, it's been measured to a degree, until all the facts come out, but that can always change in the next hour.
Yeah, but you gotta know, people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We've been saying it, I've been saying it for the past 25 years when things occur, and in other cities where you don't see this level of agreement, then nothing happens. And so then when one thing happens and everybody feels, and so we support freedom of speech. We know we need help here, but I want them to know what the help on and what the support with. For Ryan Hill.
There you go. Great.
They said they ain't gonna let you sing. The devil's a liar.
No, yes.
We just walked in and we saw right. Police said, who did you see? We said, we did see the man that ran over there. I'm lying. You know, I was a little more diplomatic than that. We're here to see Rodney. I'm a minister of the cloth. Like to see how he's doing. We're here for a welfare check. Well, yeah, sign right here. Now, I didn't express no emotions or anything, but inside, I said, what? What? We gonna see him? And we went in there. How you ladies doing? Come on in, get a seat. You're welcome. Come on in. Come on right here. I like y'all on the door. Don't let no, and I got somebody outside. Cause y'all know that there's been threats.
Hey, he said, now I'm about to shoot you in your pinky toe. You gonna shoot me in my pinky toe? My bad, I just caught that message. I'm just catching up. Appreciate y'all being here, family. We in the second half. This is the Black Panther half. Well, allegedly Black Panthers. I mean, I appreciate what they doing, but this definitely ain't gonna ride as the Black Panthers. But if you interested in what they saying, then let's tap in a little bit. Appreciate y'all being here. Let's keep it rolling.
Y'all know we living under threat. Y'all do know that, right? And we ain't playing. But they talking about that we living under a threat. We are a threat. Yeah, we ain't playing. Quit shooting our babies down.
Brothers, we want to come get y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. And we're going to organize to do that. Because we sick and tired. I am. Who's all sick and tired? Sick and tired.
How long you going to be sick? And how long you going to be tired? Y'all need to stop saying that. Stop saying you sick and tired. I don't want to be sick and I don't want to be tired. That's a bad mantra. We need a better mantra.
I'm sick and tired. I hit a phone. Somebody trying to call me.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Whose house?
Our house.
Who's got the power?
We have the power.
Who's got the power?
We have the power.
I want this to be this is not a rally. We getting organized. You hear what I'm saying? We getting organized. This is not a rally. We done had the rally. This is about getting organized. How do we move forward? And how do we move forward as one to where it's that we can stop being sick and tired of being sick and tired? Who are y'all?
UC students, we're part of the Young Democratic Socialists of America.
Okay.
A couple of us were at the rally today.
Okay. See now, see this is how you do that. See, they can get in some places that we can't.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it.
I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? Even though people that we discussed it with look like them, they more than likely don't act like them. You understand what I'm saying? That don't mean that we keep our eyes closed. I'm just saying. And I'm look, if y'all can't handle the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the naked truth, you're in the wrong place. Cause I ain't gonna pull no collar. Can I get an amen? Amen. I ain't gonna pull no collar. Cause when I say that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, when we say we sick and tired of being sick and tired, we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. But we saw the brother, and he's on suicide watch. They had him in the guard. Now y'all don't know this about me, but you know I've been to prison. But all of you in prison. All of you, ever since they stole you from the African continent, you've been locked up. Some of us more than others. But we all locked up. And we still enslaved. Because when we was enslaved, they could kill us and walk away and no problem, get away with it. They still can kill us, walk away, no problem, and get away with it. Fuck that. By somewhere else, I use another word. Fuck that. By somewhere else, I use another word. Fuck that. It's time for it to stop. Can I get an amen? Amen. And so when we're looking at how to stop it, Rodney, he said, well, look, my son is valuable. Well, look, I don't know about y'all, but my son is valuable. You just can't take my son and not pay a price. My son is valuable. What we want to do is we want to develop that mentality to where it's that we say our people are valuable. I don't care who your mother is. I don't care who your daddy is. We in the same family. Am I making sense? And we're going to organize. And that don't mean that we can't have some white friends. As long as they act white. I ain't lying, they gotta act right. You can't be shooting us down and talking about that it ain't time to get down. You shoot us down, we gonna get down. And so we need to get organized. Did you get that information for me? This is what's happening. The key to getting organized.
I'll take this stuff right there.
You took what up?
Take this off. Take this stuff.
See, bring them hard to me. Just bring everything to me. You need to go to them. I'll tell you. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But watch this. That is stolen property. We don't want nothing you done stole. That is stolen property. No. We want to control that which is ours. God has gifted us a land that is very rich. And there's some brothers over in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali that took the French. Where the Frenchman at? There's a Frenchman up in here somewhere.
Outside.
Is he outside? He's a good dude. But that government that they went over there stealing, the brother said no. Picked up the arm and said, you got to get up out of here. Because the land got gold, diamonds, manganese, oil, copper, anything that you want to think about. I'm going to come to you. And the brothers are saying, okay, we done took it, but we don't really know how to develop it. Y'all hear what I said? And I was sitting with 5 ambassadors at the University of Georgia in Athens, Georgia, and they said, okay, we're going to fight. And this has been almost 10 years ago. They said, I'm coming to you. I say, yeah, I'm coming to you. Is it pertinent here? How long you need? Come on.
Just a couple seconds.
Come on.
I just wanted to add, the argument of the youth here in America would be that a lot of us are already naturally here. That we don't know Africa. We know America. And our ancestors, like through oral tradition though, we've been told that we were original. And that's what we're fighting for. Like we've been tricked. We've been taught that we're African, so we've been tricked out of our inheritance, right? The land. If we're told that we're African, and we're actually American. Original Americans. Then that means they would trick us out of our inheritance here in America. You know what I'm saying?
Can I be really honest with you? And how old are you, young man?
31.
31. I'm 76. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm getting ready to be real, just truthful.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Fuck America. I'm just saying. Right. You understand what I'm saying? See, now watch on that. And this is educational now. This is educational. Because see what we battling for, watch this. Can the elder get some difference?
My brother down in Florida.
Can the elder get some difference? We are battling for our minds. See, if we get our minds, then we'll get the behavior. But you got to understand, and history is clear. Even though we've been here for what? 400 years. 400 years, too long. We didn't start here.
He was on area land.
Yeah, we was here before we was brought here. We traveled here before we was brought here, before we was stolen.
He was already here.
Yeah, well, we traveled here. You understand what I'm saying? But the bulk of us got here through the thievery of our people, our ancestors, brought here through the Middle Passage, enslaved. So this is the point that I'm trying to make. And then
That's some lies right there. I mean, I know some people was brought here, but not like they say. Not like they say. So we got to stop preaching that shit right there, for real.
if you understand that this land is stolen.
From us.
Well,
From us.
I'm not, let's not get in an argument, and let's not, if I can just go where I'm going. If I can go where I'm going.
What?
I'm saying that the land, that where we're from, is the African continent, and that the brothers that have taken the land on the African continent, that's got all those resources, that we're in touch with them. Saturday, I will be doing an interview with the brothers in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore, who's got the same attitude that Rodney Hinton has, that we have. And what is that attitude?
Sick and tired.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And they done picked up the weapon. Yeah, they have. Yes, sir. They done picked up the weapon and they done took the land. Now understand, the key to everything, all life, is land.
And as far as like different members, since I'm familiar with the organizations, people that had different ideologies, do they keep that to themselves or do they be outspoken?
No, there's nothing wrong with discussion. There's nothing wrong with discussion. But
do they keep that to themselves or do they be outspoken?
No.
So I'm familiar with the organizations, people that had different ideologies, do they keep that to themselves or do they be outspoken?
No, there's nothing wrong with discussion. There's nothing wrong with discussion. But understand, listen, but understand what we do. Yes, but understand what we do. We are Pan-Africans. You understand what I'm saying? The Black Panther movement. We are Pan-Africans. What does that mean? That means that we do not define ourselves by where we was born. We define ourselves from where we started from. We was on the African continent. You understand what I'm saying? We don't care if you were an American. We don't care if you were a Frenchman. We don't care if you was born in Russia. That does not dictate our position. We don't care if you was born in an oven and call yourself a biscuit. we don't care. If you're an African and you define yourself from being from Africa, that's what we do.
Can I say something, sir?
Yeah.
I know my history. You know, my roots is from Lincoln Heights. My roots run deep through Lincoln Heights. I know where we came from. We came up through Georgia through the Underground Railroad. From over to Alabama, they got my bloodline from Texas.
Where's your point?
My point is,
Because you gotta get started. You gotta get yourself started.
okay, my point was, like you were saying that just because we might have, I know I'm not from Africa, that don't mean that I won't fight. That don't mean I ain't gonna help. That don't mean, you know what I mean? That ain't gonna mean I'm gonna get down against the oppressor. So that's why.
And we ain't mad at you.
Right. And my ancestors were misguided black, Negro, same thing.
We ain't mad at you. We ain't mad at you. And if you're gonna get down, you know, then get down. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, as the Black Panther movement.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We are Pan-Africans.
Yes, sir. We understand.
And we ain't trying to do anything with America, but we understand America is stolen land.
Yes, sir.
And we ain't trying to benefit off of something that's
We fight the whole earth.
That doesn't mean that we can't work with it. Exactly. Look. Listen to me. if you shoot straight, watch this, and you shoot regular, and you're shooting at the people that we shooting at, you all right with that?
Sir.
Amen.
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 I say it.
I said it.
Hey.
All right.
Sir.
So we've got everybody's communication or contact. We're asking. I like your look, sister.
Thank you. Listen, y'all know how long we've been fighting? All our lives. How long we've been fighting? All our lives. How long we've been fighting? All our lives. So this ain't nothing new to us. This fight right here ain't nothing new to us. You know, whoever they call Jesus, whoever they portrayed as Jesus, they hung him on the cross, which was meaning the tree of their time. They hung him from the tree. They hung him for fighting for his people, who's the Hebrews of their time. So we've been doing this all our lives. This ain't nothing new. We equipped for this. We had to fight to fight. We had to fight to be in the home. We had to fight to go to school. We had to fight to read. We had to fight to go to the park. We had to fight to sit on the bus. We had to fight to drink the water. We had to fight to swim in the pool. How long we been fighting? How long we been fighting? Really quick, brother. I'm gonna give y'all some homework for next Friday. See all that money in your pocket? All that dollar bills in your pocket? Should have Rodney's name on it. Rodney's name should be on every dollar in this community. And you know, eventually they gotta take that out of circulation. But what it does, it causes a huge problem with the money. And you see, you open their eyes when you take their land and you dig in their pocket. Few solutions. Every police officer should have their own insurance. Right now, every hairdresser, every doctor, malpractice, every lawyer, barber, everybody got their own insurance except the police. And you know when they stand in the courthouse, what they're gonna tell us? They're gonna tell the jury? They're gonna tell the jury, if you say that this man is innocent, we as the police union don't have to pay for it. It's gonna come out your taxpayers' dollars. But guess what? If they had their own insurance, Lords of London, the insurance people wouldn't take that. Because they got 2-3 kills on your record, it's too hard to insure. You see my good brother that's locked up in prison right now? And you know, it came out this morning, he wasn't even driving the car. We're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna leave it alone. That's locked up in prison right now, he needs to be making minimum wage. You see, because when they lock you up, they're able to pay you that 7 cents an hour, they're able to pay you that 13 cents an hour, that 23 cents an hour, and you can get for.
That's a fact right there, though. 7 cents, 13 cents an hour? What? How are they not making minimum wage? That don't make no sense. It's called minimum wage for a reason, ain't it?
14, 15 years, you come home with a $200 check. But if you were making minimum wage, you could still be a man while you're in jail and support your family at home. If you was making minimum wage for 40 hours all week long, and you didn't get them 7 years to 9 years to 15 years, you coming home with a significant check. We need the number to the district attorney that we need that name release of the officer that did the shooting. He shouldn't be working. He shouldn't be working. He's a threat to the whole community as he's still working. We need pressure on him. We need to be making some noise on him. We need to be making phone calls. We need to be sending emails. We need to be affecting that. Homework. They're not gonna do nothing until we make them do something. I ain't had much. Listen to what I'm saying. As a father, you know, I had to leave my 14-year-old to rest. I sent him to the fair down in Tampa, Florida, and he never came home. He was in the police custody. The police put him in the car, dropped him off on the side of the road. No phone calls, no nothing. And my son was killed. So I know how hard it is to have to go to the graveyard to visit a child. And when this first happens to you, and I'm gonna wrap it up, brother. When this first happens, run through the stages. 2 minutes. I'm wrapping it up. When it first happened to you in stage 1, you can't believe it. You're out of your mind. You're going crazy.
Look how he's standing there walking up on him like, all right, brother, you got to get up. You know, we don't want to hear your stuff no more, brother. He actually spit. No, he actually dropping some bombs.
In the single littlest thing can trigger you. The single littlest thing you can trigger you. You have no voice in the very beginning. You can't speak. You can't even put words together. You can't spell your name. I signed my name on this death certificate. At some point, you get to stage 2, 3 stages. Stage 2, you understand that I'm never going to see my child again here on earth. That's a hard pill to swallow. And most times you're ready to fight then. The statutes of limitations is out because, you know, in most places, 1 year, 7 years, it's 2 years before you get your voice back. And finally, to wrap it up, brother, is State Street. Now, both of us, as people, especially black people, always stuck on State Street. Because whatever God you believe in, whatever heaven you think you're going to, you know you can't go to heaven with all that hate in your heart that you have right now. So at some point, I have to work on forgiveness. But I have to work on forgiveness. And you know, that's where we stuck at, because there ain't no hugging this one until we saw it. But finally, with that State Street comes the platform, brother. What comes the platform?
Hold on.
What you got?
Fuck forgiving the motherfuckers that don't care about that. They kill you. Why are you gonna forgive a motherfucker that don't even say, yeah, I'm sorry? Fuck that. Now, listen to what I'm saying. See, we sick and tired of trying to be an American, and America don't want us.
That's right.
Fuck that!
Yeah.
We ain't trying to reform it. We're trying to replace it. Fuck that!
Burn this bitch down.
No. See, what I'm telling you, we can go home. Let them have stolen property. The people.
Here's the thing about that, right? I agree. I mean, you know, if that's how you feel, that's no problem. I agree with what you're saying. Like, you know, if y'all feel, if anybody, I ain't saying you or him or anybody, I'm just saying if anybody feel any type of way about America and you want to go back to your homeland, I feel that. Go ahead and do it, whether it be Africa or wherever else. But my whole thing is, don't sit here and pump the people up and say all this, oh, we got to go back to Africa, we got to do this, but you ain't said no plan about going back to Africa. You ain't even said if you even been, or have you even been to Africa, or when was the last time you went to Africa. You didn't say nothing about none of that. But you talking about fuck that. He talking about building here, building our mind state right now, but he talking about going back to Africa, which is like, you know, that's cool, but speak on a plan. Don't just say, oh, we about to do this, but you ain't even tell us how. Like, what you mean fuck that? Okay, well, fuck that, then what we gonna do then? That's all I'm saying.
That they stole it from, let they fight to get it back. And we'll support them where we can. It's not our fight. Our fight is to secure that land from where they stole it. That's our fight. We ain't trying to make America great again. Fuck that. Yes.
This gentleman here mentioned two things we could do, which was send emails and make phone calls. Is there email or number that we should be using that way we can be more effective in our communication?
I'm not going to let this brother take over our meeting. I'm not going to do that. And we believe in working with us. But that ain't the line we pushing. We ain't pushing that line. We ain't trying to get with America. Fuck America.
They don't harm me like that.
Yeah, we ain't trying to get with them. Fuck America. That's what we saying. Yeah, we ain't trying to get with them. So we ain't and if you would respect us, we ain't trying to have that there. That ain't what we doing. Yeah, we got a different position. Fuck America.
We on the same position?
Yeah, we fuck America. Yeah, we ain't trying to do nothing legal. Goddamn, we trying to overthrow the system. Fuck the system. Yeah, we ain't playing with it. So with that being said, I'm not going to entertain getting married. Yes, come on.
So my question for you is two things. We're here to support Rodney and what he's going through, right? So in order to do that, wouldn't it be good if we could try to help to find out the name of the gentleman that needs to be?
Well, see. So this is the position that we take. We take the position that Rodney took. Any of them do. Yeah, any of them do. Yeah, we wanted to stop. I bet if they come up missing, they're gonna want me. They was him. They gonna tell on him.
Facts, bro.
Yeah, we ain't nothing out there. See. Yeah, and if you ain't with that, see, this ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody. And let's read it out. Yeah, we ain't with that. Fuck America. Yeah, fuck them. Twice. Yeah, we ain't with that. So it looks like I ran out of time for my phone.
No, they have a meeting.
I'm just saying. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we sick and tired. When we say we sick and tired, we sick and tired. We trying to embrace America? For what? So, next steps. I told Rodney that we would be here and I'd come back out there and see him, get an update, because we got to check on our brother. We're concerned about our brother. Yeah, if you was in a position that he was in, you would be a mess too. But we see this is.
Now this is not actually the Black Panthers. This is the NFAC or NAFC. I think it's NAFC. My bad. My fault for getting it wrong. I apologize, family. But this is more what I expect to see outside when we talk about Black Panthers.
No, it shouldn't. Fuck. Where's it coming from, bro?
Everybody stay the fuck down.
That's right. That's right.
Hold on. Look, fall back. You have no jurisdiction right now. Get the fuck back. Come on, back up, back up.
Somebody said they wanted to make America great again. Nah. What they meant by make America great was when it was great for them, but fucked up for you.
Right.
I can't remember a time in this country when it was great for us. Let me see, was it great during slavery? Hell no. Was it great during Reconstruction? Hell no, they burned all our shit down. Was it great during Jim Crow? Nah, we couldn't even come in the front door. Was it great during the 70s when we started to get our shit together? Nah, because then they hit us in the 80s with crack. Maybe it was in the 90s when everything was great because they figured out how they could make money off our rap music and turned it into some negative shit that brainwashes our kids now. And some of y'all ain't got no goddamn morals because you programmed by the music that's not controlled by us. Yeah. Maybe it happened in 2000 after 9/11 and they snatched all our goddamn liberties and now they tell you when to go to bed, when to wake up, what you can and can't do. Maybe it was then. No, it wasn't then. Maybe it was shit it never was. It ain't never been great for black people in this country. Stop telling us that goddamn lie. And don't act like it happened so long ago. It was only 156 years ago. That's 2 lifetimes. You can't fix 400 years of fucking people over in 150 years.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to say it for everybody that's been shot and died or at the hands of the police or somebody's been racially transgressed against. When I ask you this time, you should put your fist in the air, not because it's cute, but because you mean it. Black power! Black power!
The white news reporter asked me, he said, why y'all black men down here with all these guns? I said, why not? Why the fuck not? Huh? Like I said, the bullshit stops with this generation. I want everybody, before I get to these guns, look here. Every young brother, I want you to learn a skill and a trade, man. Start you a business. And then hire your little partners to work for your business. And then after that, keep them fucking felonies off your record. If you got some non-violent felonies on your record, holler at some attorneys and get the bitches expunged off your record. So you can start carrying these guns and come and stand with your people when it's time. And just stop talking shit on the internet, on social media. Choose your side of the history that you want to be on, man. You want to be one of the ones that was on the internet talking shit? Or you want to say you was out here with that iron? Huh? Hey, peace and love to my man, Jim Master J, man. I thank you for having me, my man.
Oh, it's been a shooting. Let's just roll in this motherfucking killer. Community policing is different. Everybody know everybody. So you stop shit before it happens. You know who did it because everybody know everybody in everybody's family. You know who live in your hood. We know who the thieves are. Just don't lay nothing around down. Don't lay nothing down around him. You know, he's a good dude, but just don't lay nothing down. He's thieves. We know him. Shit get missing, we know who did it. You understand? Somebody, we know the boy got a bad temper. So somebody get knocked in the head, we know who did it. The idea is to stop the crime before it happens. Not wait until the crime happens. Because what y'all got right now is reactionary policing. They show up, oh, it's been a shooting. Let's just roll in this motherfucker and kill everybody. Whereas if we say, look, bro, I know you think about killing dude. I've been watching the whole thing go down. Don't do that shit, bro.
And as we remember Trafer, we remember all of our brothers and sisters who died in their encounters with police. For our loved ones and for those who have died, may God grant them eternal rest. Grandmaster J, we are glad that you are here today. From Christmas addicts to the Tuskegee Airmen.
So let me put some respect on their name. This is the Not Fucking Around Coalition, NFAC. Not Fucking Around Coalition. Hey, what up, Kiwan Hardy? He say I'm late. What's good, family? Hey, Kiwan, you gotta check out the beginning, man. They got a new Rico on Sex Money Murder. It's not California though. We know Sex Money Murder started in California, but it's the Georgia federal indictment for Sex Money Murder. They got like 30 indicted. But yeah, this is the organization, Not Fucking Around Coalition. That's the NFAC. Y'all check them out. Tap in. Appreciate y'all, family. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Tap in. Share with a friend. We almost up out of here. Appreciate y'all.
Much love, NFAC. I need all NFAC members that's over there in the conversation. Get your ass up here on the stage. I'm dead fucking serious. Disengage from the conversation. If I have to tell you this again, it'll be on last shit. You ain't gonna change no minds out here. These people are entitled to their opinions. They have to live here. Don't argue with a motherfucker in their own house. Back up, NFAC. Let them boys talk. That's right, y'all gotta let people express themselves. We don't stop nobody from expressing themselves. That's what makes this country great.
That's a cool, man. Get it to man. That's a cool. That's a cool, my
beware past Sunday. Because I hate to be real in the company of all of these proclamators of the gospel. Shit happens when the sun goes down. So even though we love y'all enough, I still got to take care of my folks. So Lafayette, as we exit, you capture this on your phone. It's history. It's going to happen again, but this is the first that has happened in Louisiana. We love all of y'all. We are brothers and sisters. And I could have been anywhere in the world, but I chose to come be with y'all today. And so did the NFAC. NFAC, form up. We're going back the way we came. And we want y'all to remember, the next time we come back, y'all should look just like us. We love all of you. NFAC, form up. Lafayette, blackNFAC.com. You know how to reach us.
Let's go. Let's go. Close this gap.
Once again, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Shout out to No One, Brown Sugar Babe, Chan My Black is Golden. Appreciate you. Much love, much love. T-Wine Hardy in the house. What up, Grind Tonic?
This formation is concluded. Remember what I told you. Do not go into the gun-free zone. Return to your vehicles. Take these weapons as best hard, store them away properly. Return to where you came from in the method that you came. I love all of y'all and stay tuned. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Oh, I know, my bad. No, my bad. Oh, shit, I forgot to tell y'all. NFAC, y'all ready to get a paycheck? Yeah, they gonna wish they could join, ain't they?
Me too,
I'll let y'all know what we're working on. I want to see everybody that's been going in their pockets to make this shit happen. Up to this point, we ain't accept no donations or nothing. We wanted to show y'all that group economics work, so we can spend our own money to do our own thing.
Yo, y'all drop some free Tory Lanez emojis in the chat. Drop the free Tory Lanez, man. We got to get them up out of there. It's crazy what they doing to us. They coming after the rappers. They coming after all of us for unjustly. They making up lies. They bringing in people to lie on us in court, man. Y'all drop some free Tory Lanez emojis in the chat. Keep it going all night, family. Appreciate y'all. Much love, much love.
That shit is over.
That shit is over.
How many of y'all watch Facts Over Film? How many of y'all have ever heard me talk about the army? There's still 85,000 of us. And you only have to contribute $10 a month. And you only need how many people? 20 million. Guess how many we got? 43 million. When I open this door to this money, y'all see how we broke it down, right? That means that each and every one of you will get a paycheck. Some extra money in your pocket. More than the stimulus. It's more than what you got from the government when you took away your shit. For COVID. Now everybody gonna want to join in. Until 2-3 motherfuckers get killed. But we got a good record though, so I want y'all to know what we're working on for you. If your information is in there, you'll get a notification. And it's just like anything else. How many people serve in the military? So y'all already know how LESs work. Botmans, all that good shit. It's gonna be just like that. You fuck up, we just gonna take your money, we can pay you. There's no pay nothing. Y'all laughing. I used to be the S1. I was the one that
What you want?
can't tell you. additional $112 million for new equipment, facilities, training, vehicles, and a whole lot of other shit. So we're involved. We only been around a short time, but I want to let all y'all know before you walk away, this ain't the shit that you want to play with. And if your friends don't want to be in it, don't let them get mad when you start getting hooked up with all these perks and shit, okay? Y'all ready to go home? How many people here have not been sworn in? Raise your hand. All right, here we go. All right, just get information. Y'all know how it goes. But I'm going to let everybody who's already been sworn in with you already, because they know how it goes. Y'all going to take that oath with us. This is the second part. To come in and innovate, you have to take this oath. You have to stand on the front line with us. You have to be ready to take a bullet for us. You came out here today. Yeah, we're thankful to the Almighty that nothing happened. But it could have went any type of way. Y'all saw what happened before we got there. It's just interesting that when we got there, keep happening. Get your weapons up in the air.
Put your gun.
Be the CFO you've all.
I see black people.
Check one.
Oh, sad news in hip
Here we go. Everybody repeat after me. I say your name. Will never allow the murder of another black person. Whether it be by white people or black people. I am not fucking around any goddamn more. I am the EFC. Black power, black people, black man, black woman, black child, black nation. Make some ancestral noise out there. Put your guards down. Welcome to the NFAC.
Let me see, was it great doing slavery? Hell no. Was it great doing Reconstruction? Hell no, they burnt all our shit down. Was it great doing Jim Crow? Nah, we couldn't even come to the front door. Was it great during the 70s when we started to get our shit together? Nah, because then they hit us in the 80s with crack. Maybe it was in the 90s when everything was great because they figured out how they could make money off our rap music and turned it into some negative shit that brainwashes our kids now. And some of y'all ain't got no goddamn morals because you're programmed by the music that's not controlled by us. Maybe it happened in 2000 after 9/11 and they snatched all our goddamn liberties and now they tell you when to go to bed, when to wake up, what you can and can't do. Maybe it was then. No, it wasn't then either. Maybe it was shit it never was. It ain't never been great for black people in this country. Stop telling us that goddamn lie. And don't act like it happened so long ago. It was only 156 years ago. That's 2 lifetimes. You can't fix 400 years of fucking people over in 150 years.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to say for everybody that's been shot and died, or at the hands of the police, or somebody's been racially transgressed against. When I ask you this time, you should put your fist in the air, not because it's cute, but because you mean it. Black power! Black power!
The white news reporter asked me, he said, why y'all black men down here with all these guns? I said, why not? Why the fuck not? Huh? Like I said, the bullshit stops with this generation. I want everybody, before I get to these guns, look here. Every young brother, I want you to learn a skill and a trade, man. Start you a business. And then hire your little partners to work for your business. And then after that, keep them fucking felonies off your record. If you got some non-violent felonies on your record, holler at some attorneys and get the bitches expunged off your record. So you can start carrying these guns and come back and stand with your people when it's time. And just stop talking shit on the internet, on social media. Choose your side of the history that you want to be on, man. You want to be one of the ones that was on the internet talking shit?
My bad, family. This shit I had to do it twice, but I do got some more Tory Lanez exclusive coming up right before we end. So y'all stay tuned. We almost up out of here. Appreciate y'all, family.
Or you want to say you was out here with that iron? Huh? Hey, peace and love to my man, Jim Master J, man. I thank you for having me, my man. Great. Hey, Black Power!
Oh yeah, hold on. I want to say what up to Cat Burglar too. What up, Cat Burglar? I see you. Appreciate you joining.
Oh, it's been a shoot. Let's just roll in this motherfucking killer. Community policing is different. Everybody know everybody. So you stop shit before it happens. You know who did it because everybody know everybody in everybody's family. You know who live in your hood. We know who the thieves are. Just don't lay nothing around them down. Don't lay nothing down around him. You know, he good dude, but just don't lay nothing down. He's thieves. We know him. Shit get missing, we know who did it. You understand? Somebody, you know, we know the boy got a bad temper. So somebody get knocked in the head, we know who did it. The idea is to stop the crime before it happens. Not wait until the crime happens. Because what y'all got right now is reactionary policing. They show up, oh, it's been a shooting. Let's just roll in this motherfucker and kill everybody. Whereas if we say, look, bro, I know you think about killing dude. I've been watching the whole thing go down. Don't do that shit, bro.
And as we remember Trafer, we remember all of our brothers and sisters who died in their encounters with police. For our loved ones, and for those who have died, may God grant them eternal rest. Grandmaster Jay, we are glad that you are here today. From Crispus Attucks to the Tuskegee Airmen.
Grandmaster Jay, much love, NFAC. I need all NFAC members that's going to be in the conversation. Get your ass up here on the stage. I'm dead fucking serious. This means from the conversation.
Did she say, LA say choose Jesus, not Josh? Or John? Hell no.
They said, if I have to tell you this again, it'll be your last shit with me. You ain't gonna change no minds out here. These people are entitled to their opinions. They have to live here. Don't argue with a motherfucker in their own house. Wrap up, NFAC, let them boys talk. That's right, y'all gotta let people express themselves. We don't stop nobody from expressing themselves. That's what makes this country great.
That's a cool, man. Get him to man. That's a cool. That's a cool. I grew up with that man. That man been a bishop all his life. I watched that man pastor me. That's a cool. Get his pussy ass from up there.
Y'all thought we wasn't gonna come down here. But we never stayed anywhere past Sunday. Because I hate to be real in the company of all of these proclamators of the gospel. Shit happens when the sun goes down. So even though we love y'all enough, I still gotta take care of my folks. So Lafayette, as we exit, you capture this on your phone. It's history. It's gonna happen again, but this is the first that has happened in Louisiana. We love all y'all. Y'all brothers and sisters. And I could have been anywhere in the world, but I chose to come be with y'all today. And so did the NFAC. NFAC, form up. We're going back the way we came. We want y'all to remember, the next time we come back, y'all should look just like us. We love all of you. NFAC, form up. Lafayette, blackNFAC.com. You like reach us.
Let's go.
Black power. These are ancestral knowledge. This formation is concluded. Remember what I told you. Do not go into the gun-free zone. Return to your vehicles. Take these weapons and best hard, store them away properly. Return to where you came from in the method that you came in. I love all of y'all and stay tuned. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell y'all. Oh, I know, my bad. No, my bad. Oh, shit, I forgot to tell y'all. NFAC, y'all ready to get a paycheck? Yeah, they gonna wish they had joined, ain't they?
Me too,
I'm gonna let y'all know what we've been working on. I want to give everybody that's been going in their pockets to make this shit happen. Up to this point, we ain't accept no donations or nothing. We wanted to show y'all that group economics work, that we can spend our own money to do our own thing. But that shit is over. How many of y'all watch Facts Over Film? How many of y'all have ever heard me talk about the Army? There's still 5,000 of us. And you only have to contribute $10 a month. And you only need how many people? 40 million. Guess how many we got? 43 million. When I open this door to this money, y'all see how we broke it down, right? That means that each and every one of you will get a paycheck. Some extra money in your pocket. More than the stimulus. It's more than what you got from the government when they took away your shit. Okay. Now everybody gonna want to join in. Some extra money in your pocket. More than the stimulus. It's more than what you got from the government when they took away your shit. Okay. Now everybody gonna want to join in. Until 2 3 motherfuckers get killed.
Is this why he in jail right now? Is this why they had to lock him up? Y'all know they locked him up, put some false charges on him. The shit they locked him up for, you know he wasn't about. You see this? Stop playing. Stop playing.
It's more than what you got from the government when they took away your shit. Okay. Now everybody gonna want to join in. Until 2 3 motherfuckers get killed. But we got a good record, y'all. So I want y'all to know what we're working on for you. If your information is in there, you'll get a notification. And it's just like anything else. How many people served in the military? Y'all already know how LES work. Allotments, all that good shit. It's gonna be just like that. You fuck up, we're just gonna take your money, we can take you. There's no fake news. Y'all laughing. I used to be the F1. I was the one that had to y'all know what they do. Can't tell you why. But I wanted to let y'all know that we're working on that for you, okay? And if you remember my class, I already told y'all about the paycheck. Y'all ready to see how much is it? 16 a month. With no strings attached. Just for being in the shit. Okay? That's also going to include an additional $112 million for new equipment, facilities, training, vehicles, and a whole lot of other shit. So we're evolving. We only been around a short time, but I want to let all y'all know before you walk away, this ain't the shit that you want to play with. And if your friends don't want to be in it, don't let them get mad when you start getting hooked up with all these perks, okay? Y'all ready to go home? How many people here have not been sworn in? Raise your hand. All right, here we go. All right, just get information. Y'all know how it goes. But I'm going to let everybody who's already been sworn in with you already, because they know how it goes. Y'all going to take that over with us. This is the second part. If you're coming in the interface, you have to take this off. You have to stand on the front line with us. You have to be ready to take a bullet for us. You came out here today, and we're thankful to the Almighty that nothing happened. But it could have went any type of way. Y'all saw what happened when we got there. It's just interesting when we got there. You have to get your weapons up in the air.
Put your gun. I see black people.
Check one. All right, here we go. Everybody repeat after me. I say your name. Will never allow the murder of another black person. Whether it be by white people or black people. I am not
dumpster that he hid between. Ran for his life, but he died on the scene. Yeah, they fired 5 rounds like it was routine. Poor Ryan Hinton was only 18. Yeah, Ryan Hinton, he was only 18. Hey. Brianna was murdered at home in her bed. Toledo's hands were up above his head. I can't breathe, the last words Garner said. And they knelt on Floyd's neck until he was dead.
So
yeah, they knelt on Floyd's neck until he was dead. Well, to kill with impunity, isn't it odd? In a nation where murder has been outlawed. Yeah, a badge and a gun, it don't make you a god. This system is rigged, it isn't just fraud. This system is rigged, it isn't just fraud.
So fuck the police! Fuck the police! So fuck the police! So fuck the police!
The list is too long if it's only one name, but it runs on and on through America's veins. Don't make no excuse, don't try to explain. Yeah, we all know the power they kill to maintain. We all know the power they kill to maintain.
Fuck the police, I said fuck the police! Fuck the police, I said fuck the police!
So you wonder why people say fuck the police. All cops are bastards, no justice, no peace. Well, the people are tired, they can't get no relief. They ain't safe in their beds, they ain't safe in their streets. They ain't safe in their beds, they ain't safe in their streets.
Let's go! They ain't safe in these streets! Let's go! They ain't safe in these streets! Fuck the police! 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 Yeah!
It ain't gonna be a race war, it's gonna be against the system. Cause you got people that look like me and you that's in the system doing the same damn thing.
Pick up! Ooh! What? Pick up! Ooh! Pick up! Ooh! What? 2 times, pick up! Ooh! Who's house? Who's house? Who's house? Who's got the power? We got the power! Who's got the power? We got the power! Who's got the power? We got the power! Seriously! Seriously!
So I promised y'all a little bonus with the Tory Lanez, and like to see it. Here it go. Appreciate y'all being here, family. Much love to everybody. We wrapping it up right about now. We on the downstream. Oh shit! Hold on, it's on mute.
Tory Lanez caught catch up. What? Tory Lanez got stabbed 14 times in the yard.
Oh yeah. I mean, your slang today is off.
Yo, what do you want?
Slang is out of this world.
No.
No, I heard that. Yeah, no. On a serious
I'm gonna be
note,
honest with you. I don't like number 2. I like number 1. And I'm bringing out the vocabulary that.
On a
that
serious note, though,
vocab.
They hit Tory Lanez got stabbed up 14 times. They had to bring him to an outside hospital.
Tried to murder him, hit in the back of his head, everything. You know, when I went to jail, although it was a little time, I chose not to go to protective custody because you feel like, yo, I want to be with the people. I don't want to be secluded. Do you think as an artist?
He was in the feds, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's dangerous there, too.
No, it's dangerous everywhere. But
they had rapists in there, murderers, cartel leaders, all type of shit. The warden came to see me first minute I walked into jail, was like, yo, we have rapists, murderers, cartel leaders, shower posse. We think you should be protective custody.
Yeah.
I told him I got to be with the people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Official.
So Tory Lanez just last week put up a picture. He looked cock diesel. He's with the brothers in the yard. And this week, he got stabbed up. And last week I was thinking, like, yo, he's comfortable. Like, this is real. This is American me. This is prison, like LA prison in the yard. And
American.
Yes. Do you believe that artists of that nature should be walking around the yard and general population?
I never been to jail, so I can't say where he should be. But I think he should be where he's comfortable with. where he feels comfortable. He got 10 years. You got to get acquainted with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't gonna be able to just play solitaire for a 10-piece. He had to make some. He had to meet somebody. I mean,
we praying for the brother. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's a lot to think about. You know what I mean? Because they try to take his life. That wasn't just here's a slash.
Hit up 14 times. It's severe. Yeah, that's severe.
Back, both lungs collapse, critical condition. This real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the politics is or whatever.
Prayers go out to Tory, man, his family and everybody involved.
Oh, what about my young boy from Philly?
Tory didn't shoot that girl. I told y'all. Tory did not shoot that girl. All y'all that was pro this, pro that, now y'all got to pay attention to the bigger play. Y'all heard the lady. See, I didn't know nothing about the security guard coming forward telling the truth. I knew that the DNA came back 100% not him.
Well, family. Looks like that's about it for tonight. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Much love, much love. Let me see something real quick. Let me check on something real quick before we wrap it up. Okay, no. Okay. I appreciate y'all being here, family. Much love to y'all for tapping in. Crazy stuff going on, we gotta do better as a people, man. And I think the times is changing. It's looking like times is changing. Look like we waking up, and I don't mean like the woke community type shit. I mean like waking up from this slump that we've been in. We are the gods. I am a god. You are a god. Even the Bible say, ye are gods. You feel me? Shout out to no one. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Come through late night baking with Mookie. You feel me? Come through. Tap into the most creative. Flesh of the gods. Fuck with your boy Reggie Righteous one time. You feel me? Let me send a shout out to the chat real quick. Chan My Black is golden. Appreciate you. Much love. Keywan Hardy. Appreciate you. Much love. No One. Appreciate you. Much love. Jazzy T. Appreciate you. Much love. Late Night Baking with Mookie. Appreciate you. Brown Sugar Babe. Appreciate you. Let me see. I'm seeing doubles now. Cha Diggy. Appreciate you. FFS. Appreciate you. Jazzy T, Tat Clouds, tat. What up? Appreciate y'all. Much love to everybody. We wrapping it up right here. Y'all go sub up to Rock Solid TV. More coming soon. Reggie Righteous. That's our cuzzo. Go check him out. That's a fact. Here go the link right here. Go check out Reggie Righteous. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Said fuck the police. I want to play this little soundbite real quick before we get up out of here. I think it's right here. Here we go. In our community, off the pig, no more pigs in our community. No more pigs. And that ain't no race thing. That's these piglet ass motherfuckers who come in here for scraps. Trying to scrap us up. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. You feel me? Shout out to Jazzy T. All right, family, we up out of here. I hope y'all had a great night. I had a great night rocking with y'all. Appreciate y'all being here. And until next time, tap in, share with a friend. Don't forget to hit that like button. And go check out the NFAC, the Not Fucking Around Coalition. Because they ain't fucking around. You saw that clip on that boy? That boy had that. Hold on.
Tonight at 6, Governor Brian Kemp has...
Let me see if I can find it real quick. I want to end it on that note right there. Yeah, hold on. Here you go.
Felonies on your record.
Look at that clip right there. Let me move this real quick. Look at that clip. This would be a fire ringtone. Look at that clip. That's a real banana clip. Not them clips y'all been seeing. They been talking about. That's a real banana clip. That shit look like a real banana. Anyway, we up out of here, family. Shout out to everybody who showed up, showed out. And until next time, stay fresh and stay blessed, family. Peace out. Oh, hold on. Shout out to Chloe Albert's Revenge. Appreciate you. Joni Ford, appreciate you. Factual Lie, appreciate you. All right, we out.
Chasing down my goals, I self-law am master, supernatural disaster, metaphysical reaction. I am the flesh, I am the God. No one got the lab on lockdown. Talking hot winters and cold summers. Black Force Ones when we slide in the streets. We all stay home at a club jumping. What up, cousin? I see you, fam. Throwing slime coins when I watch the trial. LEOs be capping, chatting action. Come and tap in the most interactive. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God. Gon' tap in, gon' play scared every rap in. If you like us, gon' get the lights up. You son, you the chef, tell them pack in. Feeling left, right, front to the passenger side. It's right here, the premiere. How you know? Cause them boys broadcast to the live. Wanna talk about it, hit the link right here. Slide coins up, got 100 bands. Mars eyes, watch how the check. And the band made love to a bobblehead. 2 bands do a dance like check. I'ma keep going till I'm motherfucking tired. You what? I'm motherfucking tired. Sliding real side, could we rain down game? Like, what you mean? Just watch the rise. Watch the rise. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God. Flesh with God. I am the flesh.